What's up, guys? It's McNulty here. Welcome back to another episode of Secret Summon Sundays. And we have another brand new mystery hero in the portal. And it is another squid looking person called Zavinia. And again, of course, we know nothing about her. Now, I have found somebody who has leveled her, but it did take a little bit of doing, so that's why we're a little bit late into the day. We've only got a day and 10 hours left for you to be able to get your hands on this hero, so we have to find out whether she is worth summoning for. So if we go to the leaderboard here and just scroll down to number 5, we've got this dude Jen from an alliance called something, I think a Japanese alliance, JPN. It must be Japanese, but he has pulled Zavinia and he has maxed her, he has limit broken her, and he's put the master emblems on her, so we can have a look at this hero in all her glory. So starting off, she is a nature hero. So we have another nature hero in the secret summon alongside Atwood, who's probably the best or most sought after hero in the secret summon portal at the moment. And she is a rogue, which is awesome. So we can have a look at her master talent that she gets here, which is the Master Evade. So a 20% chance to dodge special skill damage. If the damage is dodged, then the following effect also activates. She deals 50% damage to the attacker. So it's a decent talent and a decent sort of damage hit above and beyond the talent, which is okay. I mean, master talents, they are selling this pack at the moment, actually. I don't know if I want to go out. I've already done it. I've already done it. They're selling these master talents now. And this, I think, is a bit of a kick in the nuts, unfortunately, but it is definitely directed towards the sort of upper echelon of players. I mean, £99 in my money, like £100 for 100 master emblems. I mean, that's not even going to get you maxed out with your heroes, but it's just, I mean, it seems like a lot to me for that little bit of stat boost. So I don't think there's any value to be had in this, honestly. I would just hold out. But anyway, we're not here to talk about master talents. We are here to talk about this new hero. So let's get hold of her before he deletes her from his account, or deletes her from his defense at least. So she is of the rogue class, which is awesome. She is also of the cultist family. So these heroes become stronger when teamed up with other unique heroes. They get a bonus from 1 hero to 3 heroes, anywhere from 20 to 40% defense and 20 to 40% health. So a straight up stat boost depending on how many members of the cultist family that you're able to have in your team, which is always awesome. I kind of prefer the health and defense boost to a straight up attack boost like you get with the War of Three Kingdoms heroes, because I think it just makes them more survivable, and you need a lot of survivability, especially, I mean, on attack nowadays. If you don't have enough defense and HP, then you're going to be screwed from the get-go. So that is awesome. And her passive is marked by the old one. So all damage received by this character gets reduced by 5% per 10 insanity on the character, up to a maximum health damage reduction of 50%. As we know, if insanity gets up to 100, the effect automatically triggers. So it means you're never really going to get up to that 50%, but it is still awesome that they have that as part of their passive. So a damage reduction passive. And we can see she gets the attack up ether talent as well. So not only is she getting the right kind of talents, if we go to the family bonus, she gets the 20%. Let's just say you have a single hero, 20% defense boost, 20% health boost. And then because she's second limit broken, she also gets the 20% attack up for 6 turns at the beginning of the battle. So you can just straight up boosting her stats by 20%. And if we look at her stats, they are pretty enormous. So we've got, I mean, this is with second limit break. So nearly 1700 attack, 1400 on the defense, and 2400 on the health. So really, really good solid stats for Zavinia. As far as the art, I do like the hero. I mean, she's like a combo squid fish thing. I think she's been fighting with the Tales of the Untold Tales heroes, like it looks like. I mean, I'd love to see like a massive battle between, like a story mode battle between the cultist family, the investigators, and the Untold Tales heroes. Just chuck them all into a story and go bonkers. But anyways, in terms of the special skill, it's called Darts of the Deep, and she is running at fast speed. So at fast speed, she's going to be dealing 450% damage to the target. So a single target snipe. And then she deals an additional 180% damage to as many random enemies as there are nature tiles on the board. This gets up to a maximum of 12 hits, and the damage is reduced on each consecutive hit. Now, all hit targets get 10 insanity every time they're hit. If you hit this question mark, it's going to give you the full description of insanity. We're not going to go over the full description so you guys can breathe a sigh of relief. But basics of the way insanity works is that it gives you a chance of reversing the targeting of a special skill. So it can work for you or it can work against you. But when you're casting insanity on the opposite team, it's basically going to start working for you. And this hero can cast up to 10, well, gives 10 insanity for every time she hits. And she can hit up to a total of 13 times because you got the 450 single damage to the target and then additional hits depending on the number of nature tiles on the board. Cool thing is, this hero is running at fast speed. She does work very similarly to somebody like Farah, but Farah has a higher percentage damage. And I know that people have commented on her having been nerfed between beta and being released into the game. And I can confirm that because I have a bit of a snapshot, which I'll sort of put up on the screen now, of the card that she had when she was in beta. And you can see it's a higher percentage of damage to the target. It's 500% damage to the target. And I think, because I can't see it right now, but you guys can, I think it's 200% damage on each consecutive hit. But bear in mind, these cards in beta get released with a flat stat, so a flat team power of 1,000 team power. So because she has had an increase in her team power, I'm willing to bet she's well over 1,000 team power if you take off the max limit breaks and emblems. You have to reduce that a little bit. So I think bringing her down to 450% damage and 180 on each consecutive hit, even though it seems like a lot less than Farah does, it's going to be in line because she's more stat heavy. So I hope that makes sense. Plus, the insanity effect that she's giving, those extra hits with the insanity really is a good way to be able to control the board and control the battle, because she's running at fast speed. So you can get her charged up and then just sort of have a little look at the field and see how many nature tiles there are on the board at the time. And then you know how many hits that she's going to do. So you can kind of plan around this hero. I do think she's a solid hero because I think the snipe is going to be decent, but the main thing is going to be that is insanity effect, just stacking insanity on the opposition team, because that is what you want to do with these heroes. I don't think she's going to work as well on defense as she will on offense. Obviously, on defense, you can kind of plan around it because you know how hard she's going to hit you and you know you need to clear out nature tiles before you charge her up. But that being said, that's not the easiest thing in the world to do. So she's still going to be a staunch hero. And then, of course, she also inflicts 50 insanity on herself. So that's the kind of downside with this hero, that she does inflict the insanity on herself. But what that does is it just triggers her passive, where she gets that 5% damage reduction per 10 insanity on herself. She straight up gets 25% damage reduction. So if she does happen to snipe herself, then, you know, she's going to benefit from that damage reduction. So it's going to be less effective. But the thing is, I mean, she's still going to be casting that special against herself. She's still going to be casting all the nature tiles. She's still going to be hitting your allies. So yeah, I mean, there is a bit of a downside to these heroes. And I do think insanity is kind of broken in a way. But that being said, she's not quite as bad as some of the others. I would say that I would put her definitely above Abigail. I'll probably put her above Omen in terms of these heroes. I wouldn't put her above Dolores. I think Dolores is still excellent. And I probably wouldn't put her above Hunter or Atwood. So she's sort of in the middle. So as far as the insanity heroes go, I know we're not doing a tier list, but I'll give her a solid B+. I think she is a really good one, but I don't think she's the best of the insanity heroes, not by a long shot. I think she is best suited to attacking teams. And if you are going to put her on defense, as we can see here, Jen's put her on the wing. That's not a bad place to have her, actually. I know he's got loads of other heroes from the Insanity group, but having her on the wing gives her a bit more of a chance to get nature tiles built up on the board. And they don't have any heroes in the middle where you're going to be looking for nature tiles. So you don't really want to run her with a blue tank because they're going to be exhausting nature tiles. You want to take blue heroes out of your team. So this is a very well thought up defense, even though there's a lot of crazy stuff going on here and there's a lot of insanely good heroes on this team. It is really well put together with having her on the wing. So yeah, if you're going to have her on defense, pop her on the wing. On offense, just go all out. And primarily, I would say if you're going to have her and if you are lucky enough to get her and you're going on attack, if you go, say, 3-2, make the 2 the green heroes. So you're going to be looking for less nature tiles. The less nature tiles you need, the better, because you get more power out of her special skill if you can wait a little bit on those nature tiles. Right, so with that being said, I honestly, congrats if you do manage to pull this hero, because I'd love to get my hands on her. I think she is going to be a bit of a beast. She looks it, and she will be. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say on Zavinia for now. Sorry, I keep calling her Zavina. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do drop us a comment. Let me know what you guys think of Zavinia. And also, if you do pull her, I'd be interested to hear how she performs. If you have any of these other Insanity heroes on your team, let me know how she stacks up and if I've got it right or if I'm way off the mark and she's just terrible. And do also drop us a like and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. There's always a lot going on in Empires and Puzzles land, so if you don't want to miss any future updates, subscribe and hit that bell notification. But with that being said, I wish you guys everything of the best. Have a lovely rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye for now.